Hey guys, a few weeks ago I did a property tour. It was a little bit shaky, but took you from the back of the creek up to the shed, all the way to the front gates that I built, and then kind of showed where I mowed and things like that. Haven't really done a tour of my shop or the house I live in Bastrop, but I figured I better do that because now I'm looking to sell this place come January or February, or at least put it on the market. SpaceX is coming to Bastrop, Hollywood's coming to Bastrop, my property taxes are going through the roof, so it's time to get out of here, cash out, and more or less gonna have to be in a rental for a little while, but you know, it's what's gonna have to happen. It's gonna take a little while to build the barn dominium out there. So let me show you around. All right, this is the front of my shop. I've shown a little bit of this. Got a video about my solar panels going up. Had to get on a ladder for that. But here's what I got inside. First thing, Harbor Freight gantry crane with new I-beam on top so I could get it around a trailer. I'm not sure how I'm gonna move that. Probably just bring it all the way down and strap it on the trailer. I don't know how I'm gonna get it off. This is an SA200. Trying to sell it. Battery's dead, so I gotta charge it because I don't use it. But this is a 1,000 square foot shop. Lots of equipment in here that I've purchased over the course of years. Some of the projects I made by myself. I'm not a woodworker, but storage for things. And then of course, welding tips and tricks taught me this to put all my TIG filler in. I use tools as I can afford them. This is a Grizzly bandsaw, use it all the time. This is a Grizzly shear that I never use. It's actually about 1,500 pounds. I don't know how I'm gonna lift it. Don't know how I'm gonna use it at the property. I'm thinking about selling it because even if I can get it onto a trailer here, I don't know how I'm gonna get it off the trailer at the new place. I've got bandsaw. Bought that bandsaw probably at Lowe's several years ago. Used to use it quite a bit, now I don't. Probably gonna sell it too. In the back over here is a little bit dark. In the back over here is a Grizzly sander. You know anything about them, there used to be a disc sander on this side. I broke it. Don't really use it, so might sell that one too. Let's see, we're kind of in the back corner over here. I've got an old Shapeoko 2 that I no longer use because it doesn't work. I have that Dell computer right there, which is actually 15 years old, with a Samsung monitor that barely works. So that used to run the CNC machine. It's so outdated, it runs Windows Vista, or did. And so nothing works anymore. I've got a cabinet here. See if I can open it. I got some stuff in the way, but I made it myself. It still works. It holds paint and various things. I'll keep it. I've got drawers. Let's see if I can lift it. Drawers. This all made sense whenever I built it 14 years ago. I've got tools in my job box. See if I can get this open. I like Milwaukee. They're some of my favorite. I've got a worn winch, a few other things. I've had this box on a few jobs. I've got a plasma cutter. It works. Hardly ever use it though. Mostly because it needs a new tip, and I have them. I just haven't put it in. I've got, that's a US General. If you know anything about that, that's Harbor Freight. It's a toolbox, bottom box and top box. I'll keep it. I mean, say what you will about Harbor Freight, their toolboxes are actually pretty good. Over here, that was probably my second ever Lincoln Electric purchase. I had one before that I sold, and then I bought this one. And then I also have another TIG and a MIG machine on a ZT Fab welding cart. This is only for tungsten, for TIG welding, my grinder. I've got a video somewhere where I built that. I'll look for it, link to it. I built that probably, I would say 13 years ago, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's see, this table, I'm on the other side of the shop now. This table I built, it was all scrap except for the top. I had that from another job I'll show you in a minute. I built a brake. I had one job I needed a brake for, so I built that. This, oh, sun. This was my first table that I ever made. I've got Ava's colored on it, things like that. It's warped because I've used it so much. It's not flat at all anymore. And below that is my low boy welding table. So I can put things on it, like welders or whatever, but it's low. So that works out. This table I built for my stepdad, who has long since died. It's taller than what I like because he was 6'5" or 6" or something like that. So I built it high. None of my tables match. None of them. I didn't have that much foresight. But this table is actually welded right now to this column for my mezzanine, which I'll show you in a minute. I tacked it right there because we had to do some bending and I needed this table not to move because it's on casters. All right, let me show you upstairs. I built these steps out of old scrap. I didn't do a good job at first. It took a while to get the cadence right to make it work. It's all storage. A lot of it was scrap. Built rails so, you know, nobody fell through the hole all the way across. And then here is a gate that I put just in case I need to get things up here, you know, through a gate. Of course, that means if it's open, you're not paying attention, off you go. Probably not OSHA approved. So, it's about 500 square feet. I keep my air compressor up here. Dustin's got some tools up here. He doesn't really work with me anymore because he's busy on the pipeline, but I keep my pipe jacks up here. I got this Craftsman cabinet from Lowe's and they brought it to me broken with no fastening stuff at all. So I can't take it back at this point. Just got to figure out what to do with it. Let's see. When the shop was built, they didn't screw down the part that goes in between the purlin and the roof, so those blow out all the time. I got to fix them all the time. All right, that's the. Oh, when I lifted these, I used the gantry crane that I showed you at first because I was doing it by myself. So I welded hooks on them to lift these to sit on top of the columns. So it worked, but I've got them there. I've got them over here. I actually had help on the one that runs this way, but building a mezzanine by yourself is not easy. All right, back downstairs. I have to duck to get down because these stairs and everything was an afterthought. I'll show you the stringer. So this was from another job. It's one stringer. And welded them all together. Oh, that's ugly. Welded them all together. It's rusty, but several joints. Worked real hard to get that straight. It's pretty straight, but it works. Gets me upstairs, get some storage. This is my walk door. I got one overhead door, one walk door, 4 windows. Out here I've got some metal storage, which I'm working on cleaning that up, because if I'm gonna be moving, I've got to get everything show ready. But that's the shop. I'll show more later.